Hello and welcome to the Powerslide podcast for our Rally Acropolis preview. I am joined today by Dimitris.
Hello.
You're Greek.
I am, indeed. It's a blessing or a curse. It depends on who you ask.
We have Silva. He is unfortunately Estonian like me.
Why, unfortunately? Are you not proud of being an Estonian?
I am, but if you look at the weather outside, I would
Well,
like
it's
to
not summer,
emigrate.
is it?
Would you believe it? Today it wasn't actually raging offensively hot here in Greece. In Patras it was only 30 degrees. It was supposed to have thunderstorms, but it didn't. So that's that.
Only 30 degrees.
Yeah, only.
Only 30 degrees because every other day this week is been over 35. I had to go and take an exam and it was 38 on Thursday.
This is
So yeah, consider yourselves lucky.
it's a new low for Greece.
Is it?
Yeah, it's the second.
You-
It's the second low since the financial crisis.
No, the second low is Serdaridis' performance in Acropolis rallies.
Anyways, it's been a while. What have you been up to?
Um, Uni, running Powerslide, writing route previews, and having keeping track of the stats that now Dirtfish likes to show as well. Done nothing much really.
Silva?
I went to a landfill with Uni. Don't go. If you are ever given the chance of going to a landfill, politely refuse.
I was not planning on going, if I'm honest.
Not a top tourist location, really.
Anyways, have you been to any landfills recently, Silva?
No, because I haven't been to any depressing cities in Estonia recently, but I really not. I haven't been doing much interesting stuff. Just uni work. That's how it really is. The occasional sim racing, but that's about it.
You failed to mention our rallying together, you idiot.
Oh yeah, oh that was a while ago. Yeah, but I guess the last pod was even a
Even longer
longer while
ago.
ago. So yeah, we did the absolute grassroots of rallying. It's
Yeah. We can do more of that next week
yeah.
instead of
Yeah.
watching the Acropolis.
If I find the helmet.
Yeah. Anyways, so the season has been going on whilst we haven't. Was what has been your favorite rally so far?
Monte Carlo because there was snow.
Uh, Sardinia because it was interesting.
Yeah, Sardinia was quite good actually.
You know, we hate Sardinia, but it's brought up really good rallies recently.
Yeah.
We still
I,
hate it
I've
though.
I've changed my mind on Sardinia.
Have you?
Yeah.
What is your new
Um,
opinion?
it's all right for what it is.
Well,
Because if you look at the alternatives,
low bar.
I'm not. I don't want to. I don't want the WSC to go to Rome. I'm okay with Rally Sardinia.
Low bar. It's like saying an Austin Metro is alright for what it is if you compare it to a Reliant Robin.
Yeah, those are the options we're given, and I'm okay with them. The roads in Alghero are better than the ones in Olbia. SS2 5. I saw the onboards when I was making the preview. I was like, this will be interesting. It ended up being interesting. Some of the other stages were meh. The new power stage was very Mickey Mouse, but it had some nice footage, so it works. And yeah, 2026, we will be in Alghero, and after that, fuck knows. At least we'll get to see the beachside power stage one more time. which is one of my favorite stages in the championship. And I'm not even exaggerating for some reason. I really like that stage.
It is a terrific power stage. Doing my
Just that
best.
stomach.
He won by 0.2 on that stage.
It's redemption.
Yes. Anyways, this is the Acropolis preview. We have
Yeah.
a rally to preview. You like maps, Timmy. What do we have
Yeah.
on Thursday?
On Thursday, we have the shakedown in Ligaria, which is where it was last year and the year before. Then the cars will get on some trucks, move to Athens, where the ceremonial start will be. It returns to Athens for the first time since 2023, because last year was in Lamia. It won't be under the Parthenon. It will be in the Panathinaik Stadium, which was the host of the 1896 Olympics, because across it will be the first stage of the rally, an SSS in Zapio, which is okay for what it is. I'm not gonna go. It's gonna be the first SSS I miss in Athens. I didn't go to Sirius last year because I have a brain which is functioning sometimes, and it told me to not go there. So yeah,
Bring back the stadium.
they can't bring back the stadium because it's too expensive to run it every year, and if they have it every year, it's gonna lose its special factor, because in 2006 when they had it twice, it was half empty. But that was also because they charged a lot more money for it. But yeah, whatever. That's a different story. Silver, you like SSSs. What do you think of that?
Yes, I do. It seems pretty interesting if you compare it to SSSs of late. It's quite all right.
I mean, yeah, compared to Sirius.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the bar is low, so it seems all right compared to that, as Timmy was alluding to earlier.
I mean, it is kind of a Athens Echo. No, Athens Cosmote 5G super special stage or whatever it was called plus.
Cosmote
5G.
5G Athens City stage. Get it
Yes.
right.
I mean, we love that stage, right? Right?
Yeah.
Right? Yes.
I
La-
liked it.
Love is a
I
strong word.
I like it. I'll I gave it an A plus for concept and an F for execution. It just had too many donuts, and I think this year it also has too many donuts. So well, whatever. It's just an SSS. There's no real point in wasting too much energy hating or loving it too much, because I don't understand it really. I saw Greek people be annoyed that there would be too many people that don't care about the WRC watching the stage, and there won't be enough space for us through WRC fans, which is like the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Someone complaining that the thing is free and there will be too many people on it.
Oh no,
Complain
my
about anything.
oh no, my sport is getting publicity.
Yeah.
Eh.
Go to the mountain. The stage is made for casual. The SSSs are made for casuals. If you want to go to a proper stage, go to Thiva. Not the city, the stage. Don't go to Thiva.
It is suited the stage.
Don't go to Thiva.
Hashtag Thiva.
God.
Right, so from Athens, on Friday morning we go to Loutraki. What awaits us there?
It's two stages in Loutraki. The Agi Theodori stage, we saw last year, two passes, is the only stage that has two passes on that day. And then we have the Loutraki stage, which nobody in Greece calls Loutraki. It's the Piskia stage. And yeah, second pass of Agi Theodori especially will be very rough. Last year in Agi Theodori we saw Evans roll, Tanak almost rolling, Munster going off, Sordo getting a puncture and losing the lead to Newville, and that's it from Rally Ones really. And there is also a remote service. I thought it was a tire fitting zone, but it's actually a remote service. After SS3, which is the first pass of Loutraki, and then the rest of the day there's no service when they make their way back to Lamia. And as a side note, I am confident in saying this will be the last time we see those Loutraki stages for a bit.
Now, is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I'll tell you, I quite like Agi Theodori. It might be my favorite-ish stage of the rally this year. I like stages that have different types of character and speed and varying if it's narrow, if it's wide, if it's fast, if it's slow, etc. Different rhythm changes. But it's not worth the deviation the rally takes to go to them. And yeah. So yeah, good thing I'd say.
Oh yeah, has the liaison been fixed this year? No, never mind.
No, it hasn't. At least we don't go on Saturday and we go on Friday. So we go from Athens to Loutraki to Lamia, and not Lamia Loutraki Lamia, because that was stupid.
Yeah.
And there's no SSS in the middle of all that.
Yeah. I mean, Saturday.
I mean, there's more on Friday.
Is there? Ah. Yeah. Go on then.
There's not just 3 stages. It's not a sprint.
I mean, they had the Fafa rally sprint. Why not the Loutraki rally sprint?
Oh my god. There is no Rally Corinth this year. They only do it on even years. So after that it's Thiva. Has a new start, that's about it. And then Stiri. Stiri is new for this year, hasn't been used since 1997. I had the pleasure of wrecking this stage. And the first part is actually quite smooth. It's on wind turbine roads. No, not on wind turbine roads. It's on roads that are used to service a wind turbine farm. So they're actually well maintained, not really rough, fast hairpins, etc. But once you leave that wind turbine farm, you're fucked because the road is very rough, especially towards the end. Is very, very, very rocky. And it's going to be a car breaker. Originally it was supposed to be 2 passes, but it's only 1 pass. And I predict there's going to be punctures, definitely punctures. And I think we'll see people picking up damage on that stage for sure. And the end is on Regini, last used in 2022. Decent stage. And then it's back to Lamia.
Can't wait for an Auger DNF.
I mean, it's not unlikely.
I mean, last time out on Friday, he got the turbo problem. And then he followed that up by rolling in Eleftherochori on my birthday, which I thank him for.
The only thing you can thank him for.
Yeah.
Right. We finished Friday. We're back in Lamia for Saturday. What do we have here?
It's Pavliani, Karoutes, and Inochori. Pavliani returns to its usual format for this year, and then Karoutes is the same as the 2023 stage minus the Voxites part. And in Ohori, same as last year, the end of the loop. It's actually a decent day for spectators. I think if you were like a massive fan, you could definitely go and spectate all three stages. You could see three stages in one day. You can start in Paviani, then go to Inohori, and then go to Karutes for the second pass. The Paviani and the Inohori are very close, so it's like 30 minutes with a car if you want to go to the spots I'm going to. And Karutes, classic stage, like really like it. No Voxites spot this year, but what can you do? And yeah, I had the pleasure of raking in Ohori as well. Really technical stage. Thankfully, there's no rain this year because if there was, it would have been a mud fest. Same with Smokov on Sunday.
Speaking of Sunday, that's long, 92 kilometers long.
Yeah, it's actually the longest Friday, not Friday, sorry, the longest Sunday since I think Mexico in 2016 or 2015. Um, it only has four stages, but they're quite long. Tarzan and Smokovo. Smokovo, new stage for this year, extremely technical and twisty. Um, and Tarzan, it's Tarzan. It's the only stage that remains unchanged in the itinerary since 2021. So yeah, that's the rally power stage, and this time it's run the whole thing as the power stage, not like 2021 when they shortened it so that there would be enough footage for to because they shortened the power stage so that we could have good footage for the helicopter. So they ran the half stage, which wasn't deep in the trees at the beginning.
Amazing.
Ah,
Uh, I I I take that as it for the itinerary.
yeah.
Shall we start with one of the teams? Should we? Should
What
we?
about them?
Should we just get M Sport out of the way?
Sure.
Where do we start?
I mean, you can start with just Munster, I suppose. I, there's not a lot to talk about with M Sport in general, I guess. But well, Munster has had an off last year, had an off in the last rally in Sardinia as well with broken suspension. So I wouldn't put his chances high. McAlean has done Acropolis once, not that well. Broke suspension in Sardinia. You know, you get the gist. It's all the same sort of theme.
Yeah. So M Sport 123 it is.
Obviously, yeah. I mean,
M-Sport,
Cesks could do all right, but if he finishes, that's the if here.
M-Sport did not even come to Greece to do pre-event test for the Acropolis. Only Severidis did his test today. I don't know the location. Um, so it's not. It's just gonna be. I think Cesc. You mentioned Cesc doing well. I don't think he'll do well. I think there's a. He will now become victim to the Fourmont and Lubeckers, which is he's had two rallies where he's done bad. One puncture, the other one big roll. So now he's gonna go slow to try and make it to the finish. He's gonna pick up one or two punctures, which is gonna throw him outside the points. And then in Estonia, he's gonna try and push, go off, and then Finland is gonna go slow to try and get it to the point. Something will happen, and that's it. I don't know. I think M Sports drivers have been a bit mismanaged.
A bit.
Um, yeah, it's, I don't know. I don't expect much, but they're honestly there to make up the numbers in Acropolis.
Yeah. I mean,
True.
yeah.
There's also Sederidis, we didn't mention him.
Do we need to?
It's supposedly the last rally he'll do this season.
Of
Oh.
course it is. Remember when he retired from top class rallying?
Yeah.
He's just like Ogier for real.
Allegedly, this is actually his last rally, but I don't believe it because supposedly he's going to Dakar,
Hmm.
but I don't believe it.
Wait, so last rally this season and in general?
Yeah, but I don't believe it.
I don't believe it either.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like Ogier said for about 5 years he did retire, and then he only managed to stay retired for about half a year.
5 is generous.
2017 or 2015 off season, he said it. Then 2018, then 2019, then 2020, then 2021. And even this
2015.
year, he said after Modi, it could be his last rally. And he might do a full season.
We
so.
have we've got 10 years of Ogier being in limbo. Schrodinger's Ogier.
Schrodinger's retirement, you don't know if he will
Nah.
until he does. And even when he does, it might just be part-time.
Amazing. Right. Hyundai. No, one in Sardinia.
What?
Wait, no, not Sardinia. Acropolis.
Oh,
I
yeah.
can't read. Yes. Last time in Acropolis. Last year, 2024.
Trusts a piece of a doc's document more than his own brain.
Yes. Well, I could trust the document. I don't trust my brain to read it correctly, though.
Fair enough, actually. Anyway.
Anyways, yeah, he won Acropolis and then forgot to win since.
Yeah, you remember he won a championship and now has been mid since.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He also
He was leading Sardinia before he broke his suspension.
True.
He only has 6 stage wins this year.
Quite low for a
that
man of his
is
caliber.
yeah. For a reigning champion,
can't-
that is
Yeah.
shocking.
We'll see. I think if he keeps it on the road, he'll do well in Greece. But so far this year, he's been the slowest of the I-20s, according to my numbers. Which you will have the privilege of reading when the Acropolis Rally is over, because I'll have a post up about everyone's performance after the mid-season. I did the numbers after Sardinia. It's not going to change much, so there will be spoilers. I will mention my numbers a bit.
I have had the privilege of reading them. There are
Yes,
some
these are-
very interesting stats.
Yeah, he's our Zenor has the privilege of being our child labor correspondent, and I use him to proofread stuff on occasion.
Yeah.
Silence.
Yeah.
My God.
Newell has 6 to Formosa 11 and Tanak's 30 this season.
Tanak almost has as many as he had last year this season so far.
Yeah,
That's
impressive in itself.
Good.
But still winless.
yeah. I mean, Toyota has been quite quick in
Yeah, not the quickest in every rally though,
Yeah,
as
no.
people would have you believe. And they don't have the best car by miles as some other people will have you believe. Hyundai have actually been the fastest in the rough gravel events, so it's just Hyundai being Hyundai, oh so close and yet so far. Story of their team. Honestly, since 2021 especially, oh so close yet so far. Story of Hyundai. Speaking of also close yet so far, there's 4 more.
There is.
Well, this year it's more been so far than so close.
Eh,
He's had,
uh,
he's had like flashes of speed. Like at the start of rallies, he's been in a good position, and then some shit happens.
Yeah,
Either like car issues, punctures, or himself.
yeah, he does what you do. He makes a mistake and
Uh,
then bins it completely.
yeah, that's been a pattern, and it's quite a worrying one.
Yeah. Let's hope he does better. I like
It's
from
a
our...
worrying pattern. It's a worrying pattern to have because in Sardinia, especially, it was very dumb because there was no reason for him to go off. And he tried to go off twice before he actually proper rolled. Because in Rulatula, he went off in the fire break on that fire break section, went off the road, kept it pinned, and then went into like a small, like an off road, lost a minute. And on the next stage, he rolled for good measure when he had already lost second place due to a puncture. No reason. Just get the car home, get whatever points come with whatever position he was on, and then push on Sunday. That's all. And by ruining his rally on Saturday, meant he was like like second or third on the road for Sunday, which means no points. He only got one on our stage, so nothing basically. He's the
Yeah.
third driver. The third driver's role is supposed to be being the banker, the one that's gonna get points. He's gonna be the reliable one when one of the other guys bins it. I mean, he's been the one that's been binning it the most. It's not really the third driver's role.
Yeah. I mean, he's the only one in the fast but inconsistent tier, isn't he?
Spoilers, but
I know.
yes.
Yeah. Um. Yeah.
I mean, we have Tanak still in terms of Hyundai. He could have a shot. He's been fairly good this season,
Yeah.
and on rough gravel, he's got second, and second to show. So he had potential to win Sardinia as well.
Yeah. A very noble path. Second. Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah. Would be nice to see him get a win finally. After
Has not won in Acropolis before.
no, but
Last year he was leading briefly and then got a double puncture in Regini on Saturday's opener. I was on the road and I was watching and goes Tanak puncture. Go okay, Sordo leading, and then Tanak stopped again, another puncture. I'm like, what the fuck? Congrats. How did you do
the
that?
tire.
Because the
But
second one was in a smoother section as well, which is like, how did you find the rock?
Mm,
but the last years he has still finished pretty okay. He's got second, fourth, third. So he's got a decent track record of Acropolis. He just hasn't won it. But if anyone other than a Toyota would win it, I'd say it would be Tanak.
could be.
It
Yeah.
depends, because Tanak is very prone on breaking his car.
As is Newell.
Not break in Acropolis, yes.
Yes.
In Acropolis, yes. Yes, he is. Can't even argue against that.
Is that about wrap up Hyundai?
I think so. Yeah.
They have two 1-2-3s in this rally,
They do.
which is their best ever results.
Well, you can't go much better than that.
Well, you can do a 1,
Well,
2, 3,
yeah,
4.
you can. One,
Well,
two,
they
three,
don't
four.
have enough cars for that.
And there's no Hyundai Rally 2 running in Greece either. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
they
physically
can equal it.
cannot.
Prokop in second.
Hey, that's my line.
Anyways, where do we start with Toyota?
They're not gonna finish in the top 10 now that I went to their preseason the pre-event test. Happened last year as well.
Well,
If it happened once, must be a pattern. If it happened
Yes.
once,
well, let's hope that happens.
No,
I mean,
I bring bad luck to people. I went to Evans's preseason. Can I stop saying preseason? Pre-event test last year. Got a turbo failure, then rolled. And then all of the team did not finish in the top 10. Now this year, went to Taka's test.
shame it's
So-
not going to mean anything because it's Taka.
Uh,
you'll pin it anyway.
yeah, so Friday, mechanical issue, second pass of Agi Theodori, like he gets 2 punctures, he's 6 minutes off. And then Inohori, second pass, crash.
Sounds
You can
about right.
you can mark that down because I see people like to bet on WSC things nowadays. So yeah, you can bet €1 on both of these things happening. If you do win, you owe me five of those euros.
Piece of commission as well.
Of course, I'm a broker.
Speaking of Katsuta,
Why? are we
Actually,
doing
wait,
it
no.
like so?
we did just speak of Katsuta.
Yes.
That's why you started your sentence with speaking about Katsuta.
No, I
Yes,
don't have
did you have
anything to
another
add, do
Ah,
I?
we ran out of things to say about Katsuta.
Yes,
Just
disregard
make the
that.
WSC videos.
He did circuit racing, you know.
Oh my
Shut
god!
up.
Shut up!
And on that bombshell, it's time to go to
It's time
Bajari.
to end.
Why Bajari?
The butt end of Toyota.
Yeah. He's there as well.
He is. I mean, he did well in Sardinia, to be fair, until his let's say unfortunativities.
Yeah.
He should have stopped to change that wheel way before because he lost way too much time. A similar way where Formo in Safari didn't stop to change the wheel and completely ripped the wheel off. Paya didn't rip the wheel off, he just lost another 3 minutes. So overall he lost like 5 to 6 minutes on that stage. And then on Sunday went off, had a spin, and then damaged his suspension, which completely ruined his day. So yeah, it's been a bit since we've seen decent pace for Pyre. Acropolis Friday, lots of one pass stages, which should help him with his road position. So let's wait and see. I don't know.
I mean,
Not really much to talk about.
last year he won in WRC2. That's something.
Yeah,
Too.
same exact time as Virves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The verve.
Puncturing the verve indeed. Bittersweet vervony. It's been quite bitter for Virves this year.
Yeah.
And
He's
that
been
is not
very
getting
bad.
and that is not getting the Rally 1 gig.
He
for
didn't deserve a
Estonia
rally
either.
one with his pace. Sorry.
Eh,
Sorry.
They-
I'm sorry.
I mean,
No, not even
hey,
close.
In Estonia.
Shut up. Let us dream. In
Yes.
Estonia, he got beaten by Linna.
Hey, Sesk's got a Rally 1 gig and he didn't even do W.
Sesk won every stage in Liepaja.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, to be fair, Virves did lose to Linnamäe last year, yeah.
Let's move on from that.
Let's move on, yeah. I don't want to talk about that.
Let's go. Let's go from the back up to Evans.
Okay.
he is the championship leader, but he's not been very fast, has he?
Not
And
on
he's
this
gonna be
surface.
cleaning the road again.
Funny that you mention it. Evans this year. Problem with Evans is first of all, in 20 from 20 because I've kept stats from 2021 to 2025. From 2021 to 2025, he's been the second worst driver to clean the road behind Kalle in 22. But overall, he's been the worst driver because Kalle did better in 23. The biggest problem with Evans isn't actually how much he loses on Friday, if you believe it. It's that on Saturday, when he has a better road position, he doesn't make the most of it. When we saw Ogier, Kalle, Newell go for wins or podiums for first on the road, Evans has a best finish of fourth so far, and that fourth is because other people went off ahead of him. He doesn't on Saturday especially when you have a better road position, you're no longer fourth. You're no longer first on the road. You're like fourth, fifth, because there's also the M spots which have obviously done worse than you. You're like in the middle of the pack in terms of road cleaning. So you need to do well, and he doesn't. He he's slower. He's like Takai's pace on that point of the rally, which isn't where you want to be when you're the championship leader. He had how many points? 50-point lead? More.
More even, I think. Yeah, like 60 something.
It's now 18. So yeah,
Not
that's
all of
it.
it.
After Estonia, he's not gonna lead. I could tell you even after Acropolis, but yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, Acropolis has not been his strong suit in general, even before, I guess, this year and stuff.
Yeah, we said he rolled last year, and
Well, even
he's had
before that.
mechanical issues as well.
Well,
He's
what
had
has
mechanical.
been his what has been his strong suit? Not much really.
Japan, surprisingly, has won twice.
So
Finland,
the most
he's won
boring
twice.
man has chosen the most boring rally to be good at.
I said Finland. He's also won
Well,
twice
yeah,
in Finland, and Sweden
yeah,
won
because
twice in Sweden.
he was won Finland because the Finns didn't do it.
Well,
What?
Rovanperä.
Well, no, not because they didn't do it. I mean, because the Finn didn't win. He did.
2021, he was faster than Kalle, even before Kalle went off.
Yeah, but that was back when he was driving well, or he was a different man back then.
He was driving the Yaris WRC.
Yeah, the Yaris WRC is a different era. Evans is a different man from 20. He is the Christian motorist.
He has learned to embrace Jesus.
Yes, he let Jesus into his heart.
Yeah. Speaking of Rovanperä, he's won twice.
We should also say that he will be at an extra disadvantage because there's only one repeated stage on Friday,
Yeah.
which means he's gonna have to clean all. Actually, you know what? It's a bit of a myth. It also depends on the surface. It also depends on the kind of rally, and what other cars there are on the entry list. But second pass is usually worse than the first pass in terms of cleaning, because Rally 2s have passed the stage, Rally 3s have passed the stage. If there's a historic part of the rally, there's also historic cars that's passed the place. And the Rally 1 has to navigate a myriad of ruts and actually reopen the road. And at the end, it looks like a plowed field. So he's only going to have to do that once in Agi Theodori. And he's also going to have a significant less risk of punctures. So if he just thinks about it and just has a steady approach, which he has, and does well on Saturday, which he won't, then he could be on for a good result. But no. Yeah.
Anyways, as I was saying, Rovanperä, he's won twice here. Could be a good omen.
Could be, but he's still Mr. I can't do the Hankook man.
That is fair. He
In,
has not gelled with the tires at all.
on gravel,
Yeah.
because on tarmac he gelled way too much. I don't know, if he can finish second in Sardinia, he can definitely win. Wait, not second.
He was third.
Third, but he won Super Sunday. Yeah, that if he can show this good pace in Sardinia, which is his worst rally, I think he can do it in Acropolis. He can win in Acropolis.
Yeah.
He won from first on the road, so I don't know.
Yep.
There's one left.
But there is one left, and that one is Mr. Ogier.
Mm-hmm.
He has also won twice, but that was eons ago. Also known as. Then you're lying to me.
Was Zenner even alive in 2013?
Oi.
He did win 2013. Latvala won 2013.
Well, then you've messed something up. Anyways, yeah, 2011.
2011.
I was alive in 2011.
Fun fact, I was at the ceremonial start in 2011, and there's a picture of me with Leb's car. I have those pictures saved on my Wii.
On your Wii.
That's
Yeah.
a hell of a storage medium.
I have it. I have those pictures on my Wii because there was a channel where you could like do puzzles with pictures you already had, and you could change the colors or draw over them. It was quite funny, and I had them on an SD card on my Wii. I still do. That Wii still works.
Hell yeah.
In fact, I got them on my phone from my Wii last year.
Next year, 1v1 me in bowling.
Yeah, if you wanna come, I can bring the Wii and we can have a blast.
Hell yeah.
I also have a Switch. We can, all we need is a Kinect, and we have the trifecta of motion. What's it called? Like motion games. I don't know. You get what I mean.
Anyways, Ogier.
He had a motion game in the power stage last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, do a barrel roll. He did do that.
He did. Lost himself a podium. Lost himself a
the
top 10.
Someone would say. Lost
Some
himself
would
the
say.
championship. Someone could say.
He won Sardinia.
This year is his record. This year is a bit impressive.
A bit. For
3 wins, 1 second place, and that was only because Kalle gelled too much with the tires.
I have a story about Doja this year for his pre-event test. Ogier usually tests in a stage south of Pavlian in Kaloskopi, and this year he tested in Voxites. Everyone knows Voxites.
Mm-hmm.
It's the part of Carutes that's not used this year. So Ogier did like 1 or 2 up and downs. Then went to the service and went, this is a shit stage. This is way too rough. I cannot set the car up here. This is a horrible stage. Never bring me here again. And then proceeded to do not even half of a stage, like 1 kilometer of Oxides, and then turn onto like an empty pit where the service was, do some Mickey Mouse shit, and then do that up and down. And that was it. So Ogier is not testing Oxides again.
Doesn't seem like the optimal way to test a car.
No. I mean, it's a bit like Cedridis' test for what was it? New Zealand?
Bertelli.
Bertelli, yeah.
Bertelli tested in New Zealand in Acropolis.
Bertelli testing in Acropolis for New Zealand, yeah.
22.
Yeah.
before the Judas switched to Toyota.
Yeah, Ogier won in Sardinia, which
Did.
unfortunately
Which
means that he could do well in Acropolis.
he could, but also he was.
He doesn't have a set time.
Yeah, but he was also, some could say, a bit outpaced by Tanak in Sardinia.
Yeah.
Tanak had some misfortune.
I would say more likely that it was for Portugal, not Sardinia.
I mean, Ogier teased us in Sardinia by almost losing the win, but then in typical Ogier
yeah.
luck, still winning by 6 seconds.
Oh, yeah,
Even
that-
after.
that- I forgot about it. I forgot he hit the tree on the power stage.
He did, yeah.
I wish I still didn't remember that. Oh well, we're not the anti-Ogier club though. We should give him credit where credit is due. He's been mega
Yeah.
this year, and that's why there's a good chance he's gonna do a full season this year.
He has said that my family is more important than a ninth title, but it's Ogier. How much do you believe him?
There's probably enough. There's probably enough winning bonuses in his contract that he can say, "Oh, I'm doing this for my family." I don't know. Depends. But yeah, I expect him to be in the Estonia entry list, and depending on how he does in Acropolis, then we will see if maybe Ozzy or Solberg does Finland. After that, I don't know.
Hey Silver, we can throw rocks at him.
Yes.
I
can
mean,
as well.
what?
For legal purposes, we will not be throwing anything at anyone.
Big enough rocks in Estonia.
Powerslide top tip. You can do that, but you shouldn't.
No, you shouldn't. You should not do that.
But you can.
You can, but you shouldn't. You can also stand on the outside of a corner, and then you'll get the stage cancelled.
You shouldn't do that. Definitely. Throwing
You
rocks
can do that.
is optional.
Maybe
Nah,
you could if you wanted the stage to be cancelled.
But why would you want that?
You want your favorite driver to win without doing the power stage, so there's no chance of him losing it.
I guess.
the power
Anyway,
stage goes on. It doesn't get cancelled. I'm sorry.
I will nail myself to the middle of the stage.
are you trying to get Evans to pray to you?
No.
Whatever. I think Ogier is, in my opinion, the favorite, because last year in Acropolis his pace was astonishing.
Speaking of favorites, predictions.
Really,
Do
that quickly.
you not want to talk about Tapiasi 2 at all?
Oh yeah, though they exist. Yeah.
Johan Rossell.
Johan Rossell is there, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'd say he's the likely favorite to win the rally because, I mean, what really are the chances of Oliver Solberg finishing this rally without some type of mishap?
Yeah.
In Portugal and Sardinia, he was the fastest rally too.
Yeah, but that only happens when he's not nominated.
I don't know.
That has happened shockingly often.
Yeah, but this year he has been more mindful. He's getting married. Gus got married last week.
Oh yeah, he did.
Yeah,
Congratulations. If you're
maybe
listening,
there's
Gus.
some form of evening, Gus. Congrats. Maybe he's getting a bit more mature. I don't know. When he stops mentioning the donuts, That's when we'll realize he's world championship material. Until he doesn't, he's not.
This is
It's a joke, but yeah.
on his deathbed. He'll go, remember those
Should have
Portugal
Should have read the rule book. Ah.
dies.
Yeah.
Mm,
And
Right.
come on, there's more people on the entry list.
There
Go on.
is. The Verve.
The verb.
The Verve.
The verb, the verb, yes, the verb. He nearly won last year.
Yeah.
He's not gonna do it this year.
You don't know that.
I wrote the script. I know what's happening.
Yeah.
There's-
Let's hope he finishes. The result
nice.
can come
Yeah.
afterwards.
Hey, he's not a second a kilometer slow like Sardinia.
Let's just don't roll it off of a cliffside, and I think we'll be right.
Big cliffs in theory. That's my prediction. Just saying.
There is other fast people though, like Gus Greensmith,
No, not that fast.
Jan Solans, and
Not definitely not fast. Sorry.
Nikolai Grazin, and
Yeah, he is fast.
He is
I'll
quite
give you
fast.
but he's not nominated, so
that. He wasn't in Sardinia either. He was gonna be the fastest one until he got a puncture.
Hmm.
I don't think he cares.
And there's also Kaito who finished second in Sardinia.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's a former Acropolis winner.
Yes.
Won in 2015, I think.
Yes, when he was already old. Mm. There's also Emil Lindholm, who was won previously in 2022. But
Who rolled out of the rally in Sardinia
he could
for
have
no
won.
reason.
Yeah, he could have had a banger comeback to winning WRC too, but decided to roll instead.
Yeah.
Lube won't do anything.
Yeah.
Lube honestly won't do anything because of the car he's in.
And
That
not
is
just
also
that.
fair, but he also drove a RS Fabia for a while and did thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's especially well with the car he's in.
Didn't he hit a
Yeah.
cow last year in Acropolis or something?
No, that was
No.
Gus.
Ah.
Yeah.
Last year, stage 1 off the road fire DNF.
Yeah.
It's like everything combined into one.
Yeah, last year the first stage of the rally was quite eventful because we had Athanasoulas and Athanasoulas had a massive crash, and then Lube also said, "Hi guys."
Bye. Bye.
Yeah.
You know, Martin Prokop was third in Sardinia.
Oh my god, shut up with your Prokop.
Second podium in a row in Sardinia in WRC2. He also got one last year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Zener, what do you make of Martin Prokop?
Martin Prokop is.
We don't care anyway.
Oh, I'm the host here.
Ah, sorry.
Martin Prokop is a driver.
Right.
Anyways, to the predictions this time, for real, I think. Right? Yes.
What do you mean you don't want to talk about JWRC?
Shut up.
I don't. Can I talk about where I'm going?
You can, yes.
Because I'll be
Yeah.
spectating. I'll go to Inohori, and then I'll go to Paviani. Then the first few happens, and in Inohori there's a crest after the tarmac. And then we will go to eat somewhere. And then my mom wants to go to the beach. I don't think she realizes.
We don't need to know your entire itinerary here.
Did you say itinerary? Because there's more I can say.
Oh no. I've activated his sleeper
Yeah,
agent.
by the way, I just want to say, Evans tested on a very, very rough road because Toyota wanted him to prepare for him being first on the road. I don't know what he did in Sardinia or Portugal. Portugal, it didn't matter because it rained in his pre-event test. But yeah, let's see what happens.
Speaking of turds, I have heard from an unnamed source, Dimmy, that
Yeah.
the truck broke down on the way to Lamia.
Ah, yeah, that did happen. Yeah.
Anyways, I think we can.
Something interesting on the entry list is there's a Fabia R5 entered by the Hellenic Police.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the same guy
That's
that's
what
been
I
there
want.
every year.
Yeah, I
Mm.
have never
Different
noticed that
car.
before, so but it's slightly interesting. Anyway,
No.
we can go
Yes,
to the predictions.
Predictions.
predictions. Yes.
There's only 10 Greeks, by the way, in this rally.
Yeah, that's low, actually.
Yeah.
Not even the Greeks care.
No, it's too expensive. It's about 100K to do the Acropolis.
It's
Jesus
it's really
Christ.
expensive, and you'll break your car most likely.
Exactly.
Meanwhile, Rally Estonia runs alongside the national round.
No, it
There's
doesn't
no
this
national
year.
round this year,
Yeah.
so there's not gonna be many.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, predictions is our young compadre
Yes.
said.
I will start by asking Silva.
Okay. I will start from fifth.
Yes.
For more.
Yeah.
Fourth, Evans.
Yeah.
Third, Newell.
Mhm.
Second, Rovanpera.
Mhm.
First, Tanak.
Mhm. Yeah.
So OJ. No.
That was like almost a sentence.
Yep. WRC2. Third, Greensmith. Second, Solberg. First, Rosell.
Yeah. Sounds plausible.
Yeah. Not gone too insane this time. It's just the absence of OJ.
Now I will ask myself,
Mm.
Zeno, what are your predictions? Thank you for asking. I'm going insane. Anyways, I'll put Evans in fifth, Vermont in fourth, Tanak in third, OJ in second, and Rovanpera in first.
Wow.
And in WRC2, or RC2, I guess, I've put Grazen, Rossell, and then Solberg. Which, in hindsight, maybe switch Rossell and Solberg around, but yeah.
Well, there's also the small issue that Grazen isn't doing the WRC.
I know, but I'm going off the WRC pickings and I don't care.
Well, that's RC2. That's not.
It is RC2. I know. I said RC2. Anyways.
So you just made up your. Okay.
Yes. Timmy, you're Greek. Again.
I didn't stop being Greek. Sorry. I know. People know me for being quite German with my money, but I didn't stop being Greek.
You have returned to being Greek.
I didn't stop, babes.
Your predictions, please.
I don't remember what I've put on. What I've put in, so I'm gonna improvise. Fifth Evans, fourth Newell, third Rovanpera, second Tanak, first Ogier.
Fair enough.
And WRC2, third Greensmith, second second Rossell, first Solberg.
Okay.
Any closing thoughts?
Pretty brave to believe in Solberg, though.
It's gonna happen at some point. I don't.
It's not
This
impossible.
year he's been way faster than everyone else. You'll see it if you see it when I post the post. He's been way. Actually, do I have WRC2 on that post? No, I don't.
You've been collecting
Wait
the data. What have you?
wait until Japan.
Oh god, that's in a while.
Yeah, there's no reason for us to stay up this year. So
Oh yeah, we
Yeah.
have the rally that shall not be named.
yeah, we have Mashallah Rally Sprint. And on that bombshell,
It is time to end.
our lives.
Yeah, yeah. Thank you for listening to the Powerslide podcast. We'll be back at some point, probably. Yeah, thank you.
Hey, it might just be me talking about Australia 2005. If there's no other Power Slide podcast, I promise you, the last one is just gonna be me talking about Australia 2005.
Yeah,
I promise you.
who will remember Dimitris's rambles?
Yeah.
There's one episode of that up on Spotify
Two
and nowhere
basically.
else.
Two basically.
Well, yeah, there's the rally.
Petrol.
Yeah, the Valorant Petrol.
It's etched into my brain forever.
You're welcome.
Anyways,
Thank you.
on that bombshell, it is actually time to end. Thank you for listening, and good night.
Good night. Καληνύχτα.
Kalinita, yes.